The Candyman, the original from 1992. I saw it! Finally! After discovering the Candyman, the recent Candyman was a direct sequel to this one, I just had to do my research and just figure out who is this guy and, who is Daniel Robitaille. That is the Candyman. Now, Daniel Robitaille, we don't find out who he is until the next two movies. And it's in those two sequels when we discover his name. It's not Candyman. He actually has a name. Daniel Robitaille. In the first one, we discover who Candyman's story is. How he was killed. How he got the butcher's hook in his hand for a weapon. How he was brutally murdered. In the second one, we discover his name. And we learn a little bit more about him. The third one, I was told, doesn't really make sense. But the fourth one, which is what I saw just this past summer, the fourth one kind of scraps all the sequels and is a direct sequel to this one. Oop, upside down, sorry. This one. And in this one, we sort of are introduced to his original story. Well, I mean, it's the first movie. Of course we're introduced. What I love about this movie is it actually has a full-blown mystery. The only thing we don't find out is his name. That's in the second one when we figure out his name. In this one, we figure out how he was attacked, how he was killed, and how he got his butcher hook hand. You are drawn to the mystery. This film will drag you, pull you in, and you are not gonna let go until the movie's over. Now, there was a confusing part in this movie, and the confusing part was the end. Okay, spoilers. At the end, our hero of this movie, Helen, the investigator for Candyman, she gets killed trying to save the baby Anthony after he was kidnapped by Robitaille. She's killed in a fire, and after her funeral, her ex-husband, Trevor, he says her name 5 times in the mirror, and next thing you know, her ghost appears and she's got the Candyman hook, and then she kills Trevor. So that left me kind of scratching my head saying, what's happening now? That, you have to do your research for. So I did my research, picked up my phone, and I did my reading, and it says on IMDb, it says her own legend will live on, or her own legend begins. And I'm thinking, okay, so I guess she's joining the Candyman Hive. Now, the Candyman Hive is what we learn in the recent Candyman movie that was released just this past summer. What I made for everyone here is a video describing the basics of Candyman. The timeline, basically, and who the characters are, how we discover. But I never really covered what this single movie is about. I pretty much covered the whole series from this movie to the one that was released just at the end of this August 2021. So in my next video, I'm going to talk about the original Candyman. My next video will be my review. Stay tuned.